Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 22 on the PS5. It's round 10, Silverstone, and we are going to be taking our HAAS car, hopefully on another trip well inside the top 10. We got our first ever win in the last race at Montreal, at Canada, which was awesome. It wasn't just the first win for this team, it was my first win in the game. I have subsequently won a couple of races on a different save file, but yeah, that one was special. And it was for Oscar Piastri as well, in just his 6th race in the sport. Fantastic stuff. So, we are ready to jump straight into Silverstone. We just need to set our performance targets and then we can go straight into practice. So, let's take a look. Want both cars into Q2, that should be achievable. Qualifying position, reach Q3. Ooh, do I think I can reach Q3? I think we did just put a new upgrade on our car. Let's just take a quick look at the car. Let's see. So in terms of speed, kind of average, right slap bang in the middle of the pack, but our high speed is good. We've got good high-speed cornering and good high-speed dirty air cornering as well. Those recent changes that we've made to the car have definitely helped beef it up a bit. I'm trying to think, what's the cars that we end up scrapping with quite a lot? It's probably the Alfa Romeos. So let's see how we can stack up against those. So the Alfa is slightly better than us in terms of top speed. Whose car are we looking at? We're looking at Bottas's car, which is important because Bottas is the better of the two drivers, so he's likely to have the better upgrades on his car if they're in a situation where they can only do one car. You can see where we're losing out quite heavily to them is acceleration, both standard and under DRS as well. That's not fantastic. Their low and medium speed cornering is quite a bit better than us as well. And in terms of cooling, their brake cooling and engine cooling vastly superior to us. So the Alphas are going to be the car that we struggle against the most, I think, that's in our sort of weight class, so to speak. If we take a look at the standings, we are ahead of them in the championship, but only by 6 points. It is very close. There you can see 26 points that we earned last time out. Oscar getting the win and fastest lap. Mick unfortunately retiring due to a crash, but that crash brought out the safety car that enabled Oscar to go on and get the win. So we went from having a 3rd, 4th finish, or maybe a 3rd, 5th finish, to a 1st place finish, but no second car. So pros and cons to the outcome. I do need to make sure, actually, I think we did it last time we were on, but let me just double check that I have got enough parts for the cars as well. We are manufacturing a new rear wing that'll be ready in 6 days time. Let's take a look at current projects. So the only thing being manufactured at the moment is that rear wing. We've got 2 on the way, actually, by the look of it. The first one comes in 3 days and the next one is 6 days. So I think, if that reminds me, I think we put a new rear wing on Oscar's car, but not Mick's. Yeah, there you can see the new rear wings on Oscar's car, which does improve our car a fair bit in certain areas. It gives us a nice boost to speed, acceleration, medium and high speed cornering, improves our DRS speed as well, which is obviously important, and improves our low downforce grip through the dirty air as well, which is always going to be a good thing. So Oscar's car is definitely the one that is going to be the better performing of the two. So with that in mind, let's go back to our objectives for the race. So that's actually quite a nice... Oh no, wait, I'm looking at all targets. I'm thinking 1.4 mil, that's a lot for just reaching Q2. We're going to try and get both cars into Q2. In terms of quali position, I reckon best option would be to just do both cars in the top 15. That's going to get us good money, and it matches that objective, so we might as well see if we can double our money. Do I think I can get Oscar into Q3? Let's see, we're 11th in speed. I think we've got an outside chance. We're going to need a clean run. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can get one car. Let's see if we can get Oscar into Q3. Finish position. 2 drivers inside the top 12. We should be able to achieve that. Can I get the fastest lap again? I don't think we will on this circuit, so I'm not going to go for that. Our qualifying position streak is still going. Just need one car in the top 14, so that's going to be easy to do, and that'll pay us $1 million at the end of the race once we've completed that. And then we've got the chance for a new streak, a finish position streak, and I am going to get one driver to finish in the top 10 for 3 races. That's going to be Oscar, effectively finishing in the top 10 for 3 races in a row. So that will give us a nice little boost if we get it. So that's our target set for this weekend and onwards. So let's head off to Silverstone.
We're here in legendary Silverstone, where the very first Formula One World Championship Grand Prix was held back in 1950. It's a place where every tuft of grass breathes motorsport, and the crowd are already crackling with excitement. Silverstone demands a lot of power from cars, with numerous twists and historic turns. Downforce is going to be a key factor to manage if teams want to succeed here. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. The competition is on.
Okay, here we are then at Silverstone. I have been here once back in 2003. It was a fantastic weekend. Absolutely loved it. That was the year Rubens Barrichello won in his Ferrari. Let's see. We're going to start with soft tyres. Do I put Logan in the car, or do I keep Mick in the car? I think we need to keep Mick in the car. Need to get him back up to speed following his crash at Canada. So we'll keep Mick in the car for this race. Car parts. That engine almost gone. We'll keep it going for now. We've got the lower ERS in there. Gearbox. We did destroy a gearbox at the last race, didn't we? With that crash. So we're going to have to run with this one in practice, and then we'll switch to the 4th gearbox for quali and the race, and then we're going to need to buy a new gearbox for Mick. That's going to cost us $1 million, and it's going to inflict a penalty on us as well, which is going to send us to the back of the grid. Car setup, I'm going to go with a 12 wing to start. Let's go with a 6-4 roll bar, a fair bit of camber, ease the toe down a bit. We'll do a 18 lap run. We're on the softs, aren't we? We'll look after the engine. And that's Mick's car's done. Oscar's car with the new rear wing. His engine's really bad. We'll try and eke at least one session out of it before we swap it. But if that gets to 20, it might just blow up on us. That engine is it's not looking good. How you doing, SITV? Hopefully another podium this time for both drivers. I don't think we're going to get podiums this time out. Canada is one of those circuits where you can make the one stop work very effectively with a little bit of help to get good race positions. In the end, you know, we had Mick on a good one-stop run, Oscar on a two-stop, and obviously, you know, Mick's crash brought out the safety car that allowed Oscar to make a third stop for brand new softs and go on and win. But I don't think we're going to have that luxury here at Silverstone. Plus, the track's a lot wider in a lot of places, so it's going to be a lot easier for us to be overtaken by faster cars. We'll go with a 19-lap run. Driving plan. There we go. Set the car up. I'm going to go with a lower wing on Oscar's car. I'm going to go with a roll bar in the opposite direction. And let's do that with the camber and the toe and see how that gets on. Right, into practice one.
Radio check.
Radio check.
So these times are going to be terrible compared to the rest of the field because we are running very worn engines. But hopefully we'll still be faster than like the Williams and the Astons. Yellow flag briefly in sector 2. Maybe someone just had a little
We've just
run
had a
wide.
spin.
Yep. Oh, a spin for Norris.
We can take a look now.
Let's take a look at
Watch
Norris.
this. We're looking at Lando Norris. And there it is.
Oh, that's a whoopsie.
That's where they spin out.
Yeah, it's not so bad. No damage. Well, no wing damage. Maybe a touch of underfloor damage.
We've
but
just
I
had
doubt
a
it.
car run wide.
Little run wide for Albon there. Look at the difference between Mick's times and Oscar's times right now. Oh, this engine has serious damage. That is a worry. That makes me think that Mick might not be able to come back in. Well, it means he might not be able to go back out again once he comes in. He might have to actually swap the engine out, and that will be the end of his session. How you doing, Mr. Water? Let's speed up again, try and get that feedback in. I'm going to leave Mick out as long as I can, just in case he can't go back out again this session, which would be a bit of a disaster. So with that in mind, let's drop his fuel usage down so I can keep him running. The car feels good, so that's a positive start. Would have been nice if it felt great, but I'll take good. Just waiting on Oscar's feedback now. There it is. I don't know what it is, but we've got it. Let's call him in. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be starting our new series based on the poll results that's currently up on the community tab. We're either going to be racing with Ferrari or Mercedes. Currently Ferrari is ahead in the poll, I think 58% to 42%, but there's still time for that to change. Poll will close at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and then the new series will go live about half an hour after that with whichever team has been chosen. Rear wing is okay. It's a fast circuit. I'm going to drop it down to 11. The roll bar needs to change. So 6.4 looks like it might be the right way to go, maybe. We need to change the camber and the toe. I'm going to go that way. Let's pull the toe up to get it closer to where it was. And let's change the front wing angle. Drop that down a bit, reduce the oversteer. I'm going to go with that. How many laps can we squeeze onto those softs? 16. Okay, that'll do. Mick's getting close to running out of fuel. He's in. Right, can we send Mick back out without changing the engine? Oh, wow, that's not good. So the roll bar was right at 6.4. That's good. Everything else is terrible. So we'll go with an 11 wing. We'll go with a 6.5 front wing. Just go 7. Braking stability is pretty good. I need to change the traction. That's awful. We'll drop the front wing to a 6. What does that do to the changes we've already made? Let's go with an 11.5 wing. Trying to make certain changes big while other ones I keep small. So the stuff we know is working well, we want to try and keep close. Everything else we need to have a bit of separation. Let's go with that. Let's see how that works. Let's change the tyres, give them a fresh set. Run plan, we'll go for 20 laps. Because this engine is pretty much done after this session, I think. Time to configure. Okay, yep. We can send it back out. That's good. I was a bit worried. So there goes Oscar. Over a second difference between the two drivers. That can't just be down to the engine. There's got to be the new rear wing involved in that as well. So if that's the case, that's a big improvement. Because Oscar's engine's pretty toasty as well. Let's see, how bad's his powertrain? He's at 23%. He's not quite as worn as Mick's. In fact, it's actually more worn than Mick's. Okay, so wow, that is a big difference. So that's possibly a combination of a big confidence boost for Oscar having won his last race, combined with that new rear wing and his natural 3/10 or so that he has on Schumacher anyway. So that combination there is currently worth 1.2 seconds. That is a lot. That is an awful lot. Struggling for tyres, so we'll just have to keep going. But actually, we might be sending him back out again. So we'll call him in now, we'll put on a fresh set, because we're going to have to hand in 2 sets of tyres anyway. So let's just get him onto a fresh set of rubber. once he's done his feedback, we'll call him back in, make some changes, and send him out for a few laps before the end of the session. But Schumacher's staying out, I think, till the checkered flag. Again, that engine's toast, so we may as well get the most out of it that we can. Okay, so we've got some partial feedback already, and that traction is not good. So we need to make a change to that. It was bad last time, but it was better where it was, which to me suggests that we need to move the traction back that way. Let's go there with those. Ideally like a bit more gap on the cornering. Let's try that. We've got no feedback on the wings, so we'll have to wait on those. Fresh set of tyres. Send him out for a quick blast. So he's going to go back with about 10 minutes to go, 11 minutes to go. So let's give him 10 laps of fuel. Alright, ready to resend Oscar back into the fray. Okay, so Mick is currently 1.1 seconds slower than Oscar. Oscar's probably going to increase that a little bit because he's on slightly less fuel, but with much fresher tyres. So when they get down to a low fuel load and they're at their fastest on this run, Oscar's going to have better tyres, so he should be able to push it a little bit faster. We've managed to get Schumacher's track knowledge up really well, considering he's up to 42%. That's encouraging. That's very encouraging. Oscar, not so much. But then he is learning that new rear wing as well, so... And he has spent more time in the pits. Alright, so we've got penalties already for Max and Gasly. I don't remember seeing any damage or any collisions, so that must be a gearbox change or an engine change or something like that. Maybe an ERS change, but more likely a gearbox, I think. Mix at 79%. That's not bad. That's not bad. Because we never actually looked to see what the car setup was. Once he finished his second run's feedback, we just left him out there. So, is that higher than it was before? No. Well, it is, yeah, because that is our current best setup. The cornering is optimal. Okay, that's good. The wing needs a change. Let's go 11 wings. In fact, actually, before we do that, let's take a look at Oscar's car. We might have some partial feedback. We do. So we've got a 5.5 optimal on the front wing. Okay, we did go the wrong way on traction. That's still terrible. Okay, so that's good to know. Obviously, the drivers have different requirements, so you can't just, for the most part, you can't copy paste the cars. But it does look as though a 7.3 is the right way to go. We're going to go with the 5.5 wing. We're going to go with the 11 wing. Actually, I'm going to drop that down to a 5 wing. That might be what it was on Mix. On Oscars, I can't remember. It was 5 or 5.5. Cornering, we want to get that back up because that was optimal. But I don't know if I can do that without changing the roll bar. doesn't look like I can. And if I do that, I don't know, can I can't quite get it back. Okay, so we're going to have to go to a 5.5 wing. Because otherwise we can't get back where we need to. Our traction's way off though if we do that. Okay, law of diminishing returns here. We'll have to go to a 6 wing so that we can actually still keep that in the optimum range there. And even then, that's it's still a bit tricky. Alright, let's try going the other way with the rear wing. Let's go 12 on the rear wing. That gives us maneuverability. And again, we've got to remember, it's a different spec rear wing on this car to Oscar's car. Just had a network error on the chat, so if anyone said anything and I haven't seen it, I'm not ignoring you. Apologies. Just the live chat broke. If someone can just say something, just so I can check that it's actually working again. Just waiting for someone to literally type something. Yeah, I think that might be good. I think that might be the way to go on that car. Oh, we need to change that engine, don't we? That engine is pretty much toast. Okay, so we'll switch to engine 2. Compounds, I'm going to put him on a set of mediums. We'll put him on a 21 lap run. Driving options, protect the engine, and that's mixed cars done. Let's do Oscar next. So again, we'll go mediums. Car parts, we're going to change the front wing. Not the front wing, sorry, the engine, based on what we saw happen to Mick. We don't want to run the risk of something similar happening to Oscar, like his engine blowing up for some unknown reason. Car setup. Going to go with the 7.3 roll bar. And we're going to leave everything else pretty much as is. And see what happens. Run time, we need to get his track time up because his knowledge is a bit low. Oh no, just getting mixed up with quality in the race there. So let's see, 21 laps, looking after the engine, all parts done. Okay, practice 2.
Radio check, radio check.
Okay, we're out. You don't actually realise just how steep that incline is on the pit exit until you see it at eye level. It's the same with the incline at Circuit of the Americas in Texas. Again, ridiculously steep incline. You don't realise just how steep it is from certain camera angles until you actually, see like a side-on shot, and then you go, "Wow, that really is a lot steeper than you think." Oh, a lock-up for Shumi.
Copy. Keep focus.
Copy.
Okay. No damage to the car. That's good.
Oh, big lock up there.
Okay, I've just dropped a test message in the chat. Just let me know if you can see that message. Just need to know whether I need to restart my my YouTube. Still seeing a 1.2 second gap between the two drivers. That's a big gap. I mean, they're on identical runs, is effectively here. That's 1.3 now. Oh, Mick is stuck behind Latifi. That might contribute a little bit to it. Right, let's wait till Latifi gets out of the way.
Someone's run wide!
Oh, hi Packins. Welcome to the chat.
Oh, there's a spin!
Okay, Mick's car's still only good. Let's call him in. Oh, okay, so the front wing is bad. Very bad. Okay. We were very close with braking. A little off with traction. And the rear wing's not good either. Okay, let's go with an 11 rear wing. Yeah, let's try that.
How's the balance?
We've made Oscar's car worse. That's not good. Let's call him in.
You didn't check.
Okay, understood. Okay, it was on.
For a car that's in worse condition though, it's a lot quicker. Oh! Oh, we made it terrible! Okay. Okay, I'm going to try a 12 wing on this. We had an optimal front wing, and then we lost it. Everything else is awful. We're going to have to go to an 8.2 roll bar. That's quite a drastic change from what I was initially expecting. Okay. Let's go with that. I don't really want to go 12.5. Well, it can't hurt to try. At least we can eliminate that as a potential issue. Alright, there we go. Pretty drastic changes. Trying to get that front wing back onto what was an optimum. Alright, there we go. That's a very drastic change to his car. Can't be any worse. Well, it could, but I really hope it isn't. Okay, out goes Mick. Out goes Oscar. So once again, they're on identical fuel loads. Tyres are slightly better on Mick's car because he's not as aggressive on tyres. So let's see what sort of times they can pull in with these tweaked setups. Oscar doing 131s at the moment. Mick doing 132.2s. So he's only
spun out.
He's only 7/10 of a second behind. Okay, that's a bit more realistic of a gap. So that's the usual sort of 3/10 or so between them, plus 4/10 or so for the new rear wing. Okay, yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Gasly screwing up a bit.
I think someone's run wide.
Hey there, $1.86, Ruben. Do I notice a slowdown in frame rate, or does it stay fluent? For the most part, it stays very, very fluent. I did notice a little bit of slowdown on my Williams file the other day, which I think was before I installed the patch, when I was doing practice 2 at Spa. And I think it was just the sunset meant a certain camera angle as you approached the bus stop chicane meant that it slowed down a little bit. But once you cleared the chicane and back onto the start-finish straight, it was fine. And that was only in broadcast camera. I didn't notice it in other cameras, although I wasn't really looking at the cameras. But during normal sort of daylight hours, so FP3, because I checked it again in FP3, it was absolutely fine. So that was maybe just a lighting thing that was causing that particular bit of slowdown. But I've not been able to go back to that race and try again since the patch. And that's the only real noticeable slowdown, apart from the very occasional minor blip in the frame rate. And it's really rare, and it's really quick. So, yeah, for the most part, this runs buttery smooth on the PS5. As for the PS4 version, I couldn't say. Kubica the best. Much as I like Kubica, no. He was a real talent until he had that huge accident that, nearly severed his arm. And he just hasn't got it anymore. Understandable, given the circumstances, but yeah, he just doesn't have it anymore. It was nice to see him back on the track, and I thought, oh, it's a great, return story. But once we actually saw him racing, it's just like, it doesn't belong anymore. It doesn't belong on the grid. Mr. Water has also noticed that in the broadcast camera. Have you noticed it at any other tracks or in any other different conditions, or is it like same track or same lighting conditions that you've noticed that, Mr. Water? Okay, so we fixed Oscar's car, but we haven't made it really good yet. It's just okay. Let's quickly call him in. If we get, we missed the line. Actually, no. Let's leave him out. There's only 6 minutes left in the session. Mick's car is now up to great. Okay, that is a positive step forward. We may as well leave him out as well. he's got plenty of fuel left. Same with Oscar. So we'll just end the session with them on track, get them that little bit of extra track time. Have you noticed those issues since the patch, Mr. Water, or not? Because to be fair, I mean, I don't really spend a lot of time actually watching the cars in practice. I tend to spend a lot of time like this, just whizzing through, and even quali as well. It's only the race where I sit and I watch everything, and lighting is normal daytime lighting like this, so it's not an issue. Has anyone else picked up a penalty? No, not yet. Oh wow, look at that, 95%. So we made some really substantial and impactful changes to Mick there. Oscar up to 80%.
We'll be kicking off today with the final practice before moving on to the qualifying session. Time and time again, we see just how little separates the drivers as they complete their qualifying laps. Those who have pushed that little bit harder during qualifying can be rewarded with a grid place that sets them apart from their competitors going into the race. There's not much left to say, so let's get into it.
So just minimal work needed to get Mick's car where it needs to be. It's just now making sure we go the right direction on everything. Braking stability, we need to go to the right a little bit by looking at that. The rear wing is spot on. Question is, which way do I go with the front wing? I'm going to go like that. I just need to make a little tweak. I think that could do it. That could be the perfect setup. Of course, it could be the wrong way on everything, and we'll have to go back and flip it, but we'll see how we do. Compounds, I'll go with hard tyres for this session. We'll go with a 20 lap run plan. Look after the engine. Let's take a look at Oscar. Oscar's going to need a little bit more work. Car setup. Well, it's a big improvement, but it's still not where it needs to be. So we need to go to a 12 wing for Oscar. Cornering, we need to keep that on optimal. Traction and braking stability, okay. Or traction, which we need to change a bit more substantially. Does that mean a 9.1? If I do a 9.1, can I make the subtle changes I need without breaking the important optimal? Let's give that a go. Let's see if that works. Again, we'll go with a 20 lap run. Drop his pace. And send him out.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Already that gap is opening up between the two of them. 0.8 of a second. 8.5 of a second. it's going to be like that in the race, then we're going to have to see if we can just one stop Mick and keep track position. Whereas we'll probably end up two stopping Oscar if the gap's going to be that big. Obviously, we won't know until they're actually pushing in quali what the actual gap between them is, but I think it's going to be over half a second comfortably. Mick is almost done on track time. If this gets his car up to 100%, we're just going to box him and leave him in. Oscar still needs more time on track. Okay, there's 100% track knowledge for Mick. It's all about the feedback now.
How's the balance?
Okay, we've improved Oscar's car. Let's call him in.
Okay, understood. Limiter on, please.
Just need to know how good Mick's car is. I'm waiting for an optimal. Right. Ooh, okay, so the front wing has gone from what was best. But we have gained 3 optimals in the middle. Okay, so it's just the front wing and rear wing combo that needs a tweak. Let's go with that. And then try and restore those like that. Hoping that's it. Alright, how are you feeling, Mick? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling optimal? I hope you're feeling optimal. It's taking a long time to give me that last bit of feedback. Come on. Chop chop. Great, okay, so we broke the car. Let's call him in. Well, we didn't break it, but I don't think it's going to be an improvement. Yeah, no, we did break the car a little bit. Okay, so we'll revert back to the original setup, which was a 95 rating. Now we went to the left, so we need to go to the right and hope on that one. Okay, that one little tweak on the front wing's all I'm going to do. And obviously the correction on the toe. So that'll take a few minutes to reconfigure. How you doing, Jeremy? Please say this is optimal for Mick. At least we've got a 95% setup if we can't quite nail it. Oscar's going to get his 100% on this run. Both taking their sweet ass time on the feedback this time. I'm starting to worry I might not get it. I think Oscars will probably come in, but I'm a bit worried about Mick's.
Did somebody spin out there?
Oh,
Let's take a
Russell
look
had
at
a
the
spin.
replay. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell. That looked like a very nasty
That was clumsy.
spin.
Hi, Gerberg. Yeah, it is a fast track, Silverstone, yeah. Oh, look at that. We got Oscar up to optimal. Okay, let's call him in and save the wear and tear on the car. Also, we get to see just how optimal really is.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's so tempting just to tweak something, but I'm not going to. 97% is good. We'll leave it at that. I haven't got time to send him out and get feedback on any changes, so we'll leave him as he is. Alright, I need that feedback, Mick. There it is. Call him in. Did we get it right? Oh, close. 99%. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm happy with that for both cars. Would have been nice to get them to 100, but we'll take 99. And right before the end of the session as well. So we are set for quality. We just need to change over those parts, and then we're good. Nobody else has picked up a penalty, so I think Gasly and Verstappen are taking new components, which is going to put them at the back. So if that's the case, it's going to be a long race for Gasly. Verstappen will fight his way back for points. Question of where he'll end up, though. A penalty was applied to Mick. For what? Why did Mick get a penalty? What was that for? They need to specify what these penalties are for, and at least we know ours is a 3-place penalty. But what the hell was that for? We haven't run a component outside of our allotment. So it can't be that. I'll buy one of these now while I think about it. I'm going to buy a new... Oh, I can't yet because we haven't used this gearbox yet. So after the race I'll be able to buy a new gearbox. So all car parts fitted. Oscar's car. Engine. Switch over to a new engine because I want... Actually, no. 68% is not bad. We'll leave it on that engine. We'll change the ERS though. Gearbox. We'll put in the better of the gearboxes. Take off the cool down lap. Alright, time to qualify. Possibly for the Prang in Canada. Ah, yes, it could well be. It could well be. Hard worked well for you on this track, better than the soft. Yeah, I doubt I'll be using the soft tyres on this. Or at least in the race anyway. We'll use them for quali, but they're not going to have the life that they need for the race, I don't think. So we're going to let a few cars go out because I don't want to get caught in traffic on my first runs. Okay, that should do it. Let's see how we do on our first run. Mick is in front of Oscar. That could maybe hold up Oscar a little bit. Or it could mean Oscar gets a really good slipstream down the Hangar Straight. I guess we'll find out in a second.
Radio check. Radio check, radio check.
Locked up.
Copy. Keep focus.
Copy.
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
HAAS proved quite resourceful during qualifying. That puts them in a very good position to make the most of this race start. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here
we know we have
to
wet
achieve a
weather.
great result. And the sky is looking grey
Just
and
a question
cloudy
when
today.
that
An effective
rain's
tyre
gonna come.
strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
Well, we're 52 laps away then from crowning the winner of the British Grand Prix. But one thing is for certain, it's going to be sensational.
Okay. Let's take a look at the forecast. So rain's going to come for the back end of the race. Right, with that in mind, how heavy is the rain going to be? Is it going to need inters? Might be full wet weather. We'll wait and see, but that is potentially what we're looking at. And that would be a full push. We could push those inters. That's a risk. Let's not push on the hards. Okay, so that's our potential strategy for Mick. Let's play about with that a little bit. Let's go with softs at the start, another set of softs. But you know, we're gonna have to go mediums, wouldn't we? And then inters. Actually, no, I could make triple softs work. And then a one set of softs at the end, just to get us across the line. So how would this do? We'd want to push on both of those stints. We'd want to push the inters, and then we want to push the softs at the end. Okay, how would that look in terms of time against C? The one stop's faster. I say one stop, you know. That would be the faster strategy. So we'll go with that. I don't think I could get away with that for Oscar. I don't think his tyres would last long enough because he is harder on tyres. Let's have a look. Could I get his tyres to the weather? Just about. But if I push him, it's going to cause an issue. set of softs at the end. We might not even run the softs for the last few laps. Depends how quickly the track dries up. Looks like we're going to run identical strategies for the both of them. There's going to be a big enough gap. They're not going to trip over each other in the pits, but I think that's going to be the right way to go. In terms of fuel, I can't really push the tyres, so I've got to push the fuel. So let's put in an extra 2 laps of fuel. We'll probably end up saving some in the wet weather, but, you know, it gives us the ability to push hard without roasting the tyres. Yeah, there we go. We're ready.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere as ever is electric. Looking at the HAAS. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. And it's Schumacher as the second driver today.
Schumacher starting 11th after all
so there's a
penalties
fair
were
bit of ground to make up.
applied. So
well, their hard work pay off today.
it looks like those other penalties were both 10th place penalties
high,
at least.
and the drivers are
No,
ready for
Verstappen's
this.
at the back.
The British Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
Verstappen is all the way at the back. Gasly's not far behind him as well, so it must have been a component change for Verstappen. Right, we can only go aggressive for the first couple of laps, and then we've got to cool these tyres down again. So if we're going to make positions up, we have to do it fast. I know we've got push pace to get past the Mercedes, but race pace, I don't know. Hamilton's had a bit of a stinker.
Good job. P11 at the moment, P11.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
Yuki. Alright, Oscar all over the back of Russell here, shaping him up for a move. Can he go up the inside here? It's going to become the outside. He's going to have to really get that traction. Hold on to him. No, he's been edged off. Still in the slipstream though.
Currently P10.
Okay, Schumacher's got back past Sonoda. That's good.
HAAS with an overtake there.
Let's just take a look
Let's
at that.
take a closer look. Right, watch this. There's Schumacher.
Very nice. Going into turn 1. Side by side a bit
Gaining
through
a
turn
position
2,
there.
and
They
then
make it look so easy.
confirmed the move through turn 3. Nice.
That was a big moment.
Alright, come on Oscar. Put the moves on Russell. I want to get past Russell because he doesn't look like he's going to be able to keep pace with the Red Bulls. And I don't think we will either, but if I can get into DRS range... Oh, look at this. We've got to run. We've got to run here. Can we go around the outside? Oh, not quite. We've broken the toe to Bottas. I'm almost out of battery, I'm wary of that. Through Maggots Beckett's. Onto the hanger straight. Can we get him around the outside at Stowe? Oh, yes we can. Yes we can. Oh, no, he backed off. Oh. And now I'm pretty much out of battery. It's not going to get him around the outside here. Right, let's harvest. Let's...
DRS enabled.
Oh, hang on. We might get him here. We've got the inside line. We complete the move, maybe? We've got DRS. We've got DRS on Russell because he crossed the line first, which is going to mean we can pull away from him here. Oh, come on. He chopped us. That's some bull right there.
Mercedes moved up a place.
God damn it. I was about to cool the tyres down. I can't now. Let's take a look at Mick. Mick can definitely cool those tyres off. I'm going to go neutral on his battery. Just leave him tucked up behind the Alpines for a moment. I'm going to be vulnerable to Bottas here on the hangar straight. I need to recharge the battery. Oh, come on, let me cool these tyres down. Okay, we're inside a second. Just. We don't have ERS available to use at the moment. That might have been a mistake to ease that off. Yeah, I'm going to push the tyres again while I'm still charging.
Let's close the gap to the cars ahead.
Copy.
Oh, we should have had that move done on Russell. He chopped us completely. Oh, and there goes Bottas. Alright, so let's ease the tyres down and we'll sit behind Bottas just to get charged up, and then we'll start pushing again. But our chance to get on the back of the Red Bulls is gone.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
So now we've just got to protect the position that we have and try and get forward up into fourth. But yeah, unless something happens, we're not going to get back up to the Red Bulls. Not yet, anyway. Maybe when the weather comes, we'll have an opportunity to gain some track time, but... Alright, Bottas doesn't have DRS to Russell. We can't quite get the move done. A little bit too far away. And we've got Hamilton all over the back of us as well now. And there's Schumacher tucked up behind the two Alpines. That complex you can just see coming up in the distance on the right hand side of the track. That's where I was in 2003, the Brooklands complex. Alright, we've got a bad run because, again, we're not really using that much ERS. Mick is having a look at Ocon, but I don't think he's going to get him because Ocon's right on Alonso. We're going to get a run on Bottas. Dive down the inside. No. Oh, we're going to try and get past and not leave ourselves vulnerable to Hamilton. Alright. Let's Let's go neutral for now. Let's take a look at Mick.
Charge off.
Let's start charging Mick up a bit. He's not making progress,
Charge on, charge on.
so we might need some battery to push him past. Both drivers just a fraction under the line on predicted tyre wear there. Got to keep an eye out for that rain when it gets close. Oh, about to get taken by Hamilton, are we? No, we hold Hamilton off. Now we've got the ERS active again, we should hopefully be able to get Bottas here on the hang straight. Depends how defensive he is. He is mighty fast in straight line though. We saw that his straight line speed is better than ours when we were looking at car comparisons before the race. Not going to get the move done around the outside. Don't get caught by Hamilton. There we go. I think I might have to use a bit of ERS just to get him past here. Let's go full deploy. And we'll up the tyre pace just a little bit. Try and get him past Bottas straight onto the back of Russell.
Some margin, try to increase the pace a little bit.
There we go. Around the outside. Beautiful move. And we'll keep pushing.
Okay, good job, that's one.
Because we want to get onto Russell and away from Bottas. Don't want to bring him down the hanger straight with us.
For HAAS.
7/10. It's going to be close. Can we break it? I don't think we're going to break DRS. Not this lap. Maybe next lap if we're lucky. Oh, we're having a look at Russell already. Russell goes to the inside. Or for the inside for the final turn. Yep, squeezes us a bit. New fastest lap for Oscar. .132.8. What are the leaders doing? They're doing 133.7s on mediums. Okay. So they might be stopping before the rain, potentially. I really hope they're stopping before the rain. Okay, we are through on Russell.
Okay, nice work.
Bottas is going to be right with him. We killed the battery. Damn it. There goes any chance we had of actually pulling out of DRS range. We've got the move done though, so let's drop the tyre temperatures down. Let's take a look at Mick. Still languishing behind both Alpines. Actually, still not charged. Just hanging on to DRS range. Really need to get him that new wing. He'll have it for the next race. Oscar's still ahead of Russell right now, but we've got a DRS straight about to happen, so that might change.
switch R10.
Copy.
Let's get Mick to push a little bit.
So you can push a bit more.
Yeah, copy.
Right. Can we get Alonso around the outside? No, he's side by side with Ocon though, so we might get him here. We might get him here. Oh, side by side through Chapel. Didn't quite get him, but we've got the DRS. This could be Ocon losing 2 places here. Three wide down the hangar straight, and Ocon loses 2 places. I called it.
Good job.
Right, now can we get Alonso?
Haas
Try and
with
catch
an
up to the back of
overtake
Hamilton. Oscar's still holding back Russell while charging up his battery. That's good. Good work, Oscar. Right, we're really going to push for this overtake here. I don't just want to get past him, I want to get away from him as quickly as I can. He's gone very defensive. We're just going to breeze past him. And now we're going to push, push, push.
Very good.
Gap is already 9/10.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Alright, we've broken the DRS. Keep pushing, keep pushing. We're almost there. Nice work, thank you very much. Yeah. Strategy done right. We are well clear of the Renaults now. Alpines.
No overtake.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, so we need to harvest again.
Charge on, charge on.
Verstappen's already up to 11th, look, he's flying through the field. He started plumb last, don't forget. He's already up to 11th. Right, gotta keep an eye on that gap. Make sure that Alonso doesn't start reeling in while we are charging up. We are very close to the back of Hamilton, because they were running at Oscar's pace, which is lower than Schumacher's right now. Oscar's doing a fantastic job of holding them up while charging his battery. Tantalisingly close. As soon as we get the chance to push again, we can close that gap up, and then we can cool these tyres right back down again. The only thing that is a slight issue is potentially running out of fuel. We're okay now, but if we keep our current pace like this all the way to the end of the race, obviously we're going to be below, and we have just been overtaken. Okay, how quickly can we get back past?
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Oscar's charged his battery. Let's go neutral.
Copy. Charge off. Copy.
There's Mick. Mick's going to deploy. Because otherwise that gap's going to start going up again. Has anyone ever won a race from the back of the grid? What, in the game or in real life? In real life? Yes, I think so. Nice work, Oscar. Retakes the position. pretty sure. I don't have access to Google right now because I've got my phone with the comments
HAAS
up,
with an
so
overtake.
I'll lose the chat window if I do that.
No
But
overtake.
Okay.
I think it's been done before. I think it's been done in my lifetime as well. Within the last 30 years, I'm sure. If not last, then very close to last. Don't forget as well, actually, Jenson Button in 2011 at Canada technically didn't start last, but with, what, 20 laps to go, he was last on the grid. And he won that race. With, like, as I say, like 20 odd laps to go. He just cut through the field and then was hounding down Vettel on a drying track. Vettel had a little wobble at the end of the first sector, and Button just went, thank you very much, went through and won the race. Montreal 2011. Legendary race amongst F1 fans. Also had a ridiculous run length because the rain was stopped for like the race was stopped for rain for like 2 hours partway through. It's also the race that Button and Hamilton had a coming together on the start-finish straight quite early on that took Hamilton out of the race. Button made more stops than anybody else in that race as well. He had, I think, a puncture at one point. He had a penalty, plus the changing of tyres for strategy in the wet weather. But yeah, that was a godlike drive, though. Schumacher's gap, 2.8 seconds. Pushing those tyres harder than I want. They're hanging on. They're actually hanging on better than Oscar's tyres right now. Let's try charging up a little bit more.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Going to ease Oscar's pace down a little bit. Two reasons. One, to save a little bit of fuel. Don't really need to at this stage, but it's always good to save a little bit where you can. And two, to try and slow down the pack and give Mick a better chance of catching up. Bring him into this fight. It's just a risk, because with this reduced pace, there is a chance that I can get overtaken. Yeah, or an increased chance. And he's holding on. Bottas and Hamilton scrapping. John Watson. Oh, that's before my lifetime, I think. Well, before I started watching anyway. I didn't really start watching until late 80s. Masterful driving from Oscar here. I know of John Watson. I couldn't tell you who he raced for. But I think he was a racer in the 60s, I think. I think it was the 60s. My knowledge gets very fuzzy on F1. Past the sort of mid 80s, before the mid 80s to early 80s, and very, very fuzzy beyond the 70s, from the 70s and beyond. Right, Mick has got enough battery to start pushing. 3 seconds to gain. I just realised Verstappen's all over the back of him as well. That means Verstappen's going to be joining this fight soon as well. Come on, Mick, hold him off. Not Mick, sorry, Oscar, hold him off. Good job. What year and track was it that John Watson did that?
Mode charge.
Watson was one of Murray Walker's co-commentators. No, I don't think so. Murray, I think, commentated on his own until James Hunt paired up with him.
Sounds
we've got
like
a yellow
we've had
flag.
spin.
Russell's had a spin.
Let's have a look.
Ooh,
Now let's look at this. Here's
I
George
completely
Russell.
missed that. I was looking at chat. He spun right behind
They
us.
spun
Oh, there he
the
goes.
car. What a disaster!
That's fantastic news for us. That puts him out of contention. For now, anyway. It's given Piastri some breathing room as well. Where's Mick? Mick is still fighting off Schumacher. I'm going to cool his tyres down now. I'm going to get him to follow not Schumacher. Mick is fighting off Verstappen and failing to fight him off for obvious reasons. Verstappen is flying right now. We'll try and follow him through.
Red Bull gained a place.
That helps. Yeah, that spin very much helps. Yeah. Look how fast Verstappen is. He's already almost broken the DRS to Mick. Come on, Mick. Stay with him. Don't lose the DRS.
You can push.
Okay, we kept it just. Leclerc's pitting. So the front runners are going to pit. Okay, this is going to put us in pole position for that weather. They're all pitting. Oh, glorious. Right, I've got to get Mick onto the back of Oscar. 3.5 seconds, the gap. Gonna slow Oscar down a little bit. Mick is ahead of Leclerc. Good. Someone ran wide. Looks like it doesn't matter.
That sounds like someone's
Zhou.
gone wide there.
Yep, doesn't matter. Come on, Mick, get onto the back of Oscar as quick as you can. I need the help of the toe to keep Leclerc behind. I don't really want to push Mick's tyres harder than this. I've already pushed them harder than I wanted to, but I might have to, even with this lower pace. Mick is struggling to catch Oscar right now. I'm potentially sacrificing a little bit of position here for Oscar, but having Mick behind him is going to make it easier to defend against attacks from behind. So I need to get those two together as quick as I can. It's also going to allow Mick to charge up without dropping behind again. Watson drove for Brabham, Surtees, Lotus, Penske, and finished up at McLaren. That's probably where I recognise his name from his drive at McLaren. Someone else has spun. Who's spun this time? Please be one of the leaders that I was chasing. Oh, we've got a VSC. There's a crash. Please be the leaders. Please be the leaders.
VSC deployed.
Oh, now here's a question. Oh, the leaders are going to pit. They're going to pit, aren't they? Right now, under safety car and come out ahead of Oscar. I was thinking, do I pit? But the answer is no.
Who's that just crashed? Here's the replay. Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas
Williams.
Latifi.
What's Latifi done?
And that's a big smash.
Vettel spun and Latifi just smashed into him. That's a penalty for Latifi then. I can't see the window. Are they pitting? Are they pitting? They're not pitting.
More charge.
Cover.
But I am losing a lot of time running slow like this under this VSC. That is still a bug, but really winds me up. It has allowed Mick to catch up, but it's costing me a lot of position.
If you've got some margin, try to increase the pace a little bit.
Copy.
Oh, Vettel got the penalty. Okay, did not expect that. .24-second gap. It's a long, slow pit stop here. It's only 21-second pit time loss. Yeah, I thought it's slower than that. It's a slow pit lane. It's one of the slowest on the calendar. Well, if that's the case, and that's how things stand, they can pit now in front of me and come out in front. And more cars are pitting. I might. Okay, we pulled a bit of time back. They're gonna come out right behind us, I think. They still haven't pitted. Maybe they're not going to pit. Maybe they are going until the end of the weather. Didn't he park his car in the way of Latifi? Well, he didn't technically park his car off. He spun off, lost control and spun, but Latifi just drove straight into him. It's not like he couldn't see him. If that happened in reality, that would have been a penalty for Latifi all day long. Mick is still dropping back. He's charging, that's why. All right, let's get him onto the back of Oscar while he's got some battery. Because Leclerc is coming. if you just get on the back of Oscar, you can just get towed along. There we go, close that gap down. Screw it, I'm just going to hammer the tyres.
Maximum push now. Big push.
Copy.
Oscar is so much faster than Schumacher. It's not even funny. I literally am struggling to get these guys to join up with each other. You're pulling my chain. Fair enough. Alright, don't get in the way, Stroll. Thank you. Didn't quite get DRS on this straight. Okay, we've got another yellow in sector 3. What's happened now? Maybe it's just someone getting lapped.
We have no DRS.
No, Tsunoda ran wide. That's fine. Don't need to see a replay of that. Norris is in the pits. I need to start pushing Oscar again, come on. Mickey, you are so close. Just get in range. How you doing, Chris?
DRS enabled. DRS.
Come on now, surely now. Surely now. Tyres are getting a bit warm. I'm not surprised. I've been pushing way harder than I wanted to for way longer than I wanted to, but I had to because you're just so damn slow today. Alright, now we can balance that up again. Now we can drop down his tyres. And we can start to harvest some ERS. Okay. I've just got to make sure he doesn't drop out of distance now.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Just while he's charging.
Push hard now.
Copy.
At least we're clear of Leclerc. I agree, Colin. Pull your finger out. Oh, he's already outside of a second. Oh, no, wait. He got the DRS. Okay, that'll get him back in range. Sainz is pitting. I would love to have been able to push Piastri just to guarantee he's going to get out in front, but I had to let Mick catch up. And yeah, if we lose track position as a result, or don't gain track position as a result of that, it'll be a disaster. But we have got the chance to get both cars in front of Sainz, who's coming out the pits now. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, God damn it, Mick. Right, we're going to be in his DRS. We're going to be on his, right on him. It's still Perez to worry about. This might actually work out a little bit better because Sainz is going to be quick. This gives us the chance to just sit behind Sainz for a bit and close that gap to Perez. So that when Perez pits, which is probably going to be at the end of this lap, we've got a chance of all three cars getting out in front of him, maybe. Gap is staying about the same. Perez pits, as expected. Oscar thinking about a look. Alright, Perez is leaving his pit box. He's going to get out in front, isn't he? It's going to be close. It's going to be so close. He just gets out in front. Ugh. If we hadn't had to wait for Mick, I could have had Oscar in the lead, but I have managed to get Mick into the fight, so it's not all bad. And we are right on them, so we can stick with them. Bad run for Sainz there. Mick feeling cheeky. Trying to have a go at Oscar here. Where was his pace when I needed it? He finally decided to extract his digit. Right. Let's put Mick into neutral. Let's get those tyres calmed down. Oscar, let's start upping your pace. Plenty of fuel to burn. There's no team orders. Not yet. That weather is on its way. But I don't know how long till it actually hits, because our weather centre isn't the greatest, so that prediction could be wrong. It hasn't even started getting cloudy yet, like as far as I can tell. Still looks quite bright. So we could be a lot more laps away than I would like. And Leclerc is now joining this battle. We don't have the pace to hunt them down if they break away from us. Oscar maybe, Mick definitely not. Depends how quick we can get after them if they do make a break for it. But we can jump them and then hold them behind for as long as we can. And we can potentially jump them with the weather as well. I'm just now very wary of tyres, because their tyres are going to be much better than ours. Yeah, there you see. 96% for Perez, 94 for Sainz, 84 for Leclerc, who pitted early. Ours are in the 40s. Not great. I would love to ease the tyre wear down a little bit. We are starting to see a little bit of overcast. Starting to get a little hazy. But we haven't been told by the engineers about rain yet. I was thinking about getting Oscar to jump ahead of these two. I don't really want to push his tyres, because we don't know how long it's going to be till the weather, but I've got battery, I've got fuel to burn. If I can get him ahead, I can control the pace a little bit better. Plus, it puts a bit of separation between Mick and Oscar for the inevitable double stop that's going to happen. And it does mean that I can also really push hard on the in-lap with Oscar to again create some separation. I need about 4 seconds between the two of them to do a perfect double stop, because I was just... Oh, we've got another crash. Verstappen has crashed, I think. Oh, there's a switch to overcast. Here comes the rain.
Most likely more rain.
We can take a look now. Now here we see
all go
Max
right now.
Verstappen.
Max trying to take on Hamilton. Oh, he's just done a Vettel.
There's the collision. It's caused absolute
He's done a
carnage.
Vettel. Yeah, that's a penalty for Verstappen. Damage to his car. Potential damage to Hamilton's car. That's taken those two out of contention completely for the win. And they're still in contention for some low-level points, but... The next question is, how heavy is this rain going to be? Do I need full wets or do I need inters? I really don't know yet. I get the feeling it might be full wet weather tyres. And I am going to push Oscar now. Now that I know that the weather's on the way.
Mode push.
I'm going to try and jump these two. If I can. And start pulling away a little bit. This is potentially the most critical phase of the Grand Prix. Schumacher getting dropped a little bit. He should be able to keep up while we're fighting like this in the corners. Right, we might have a run on Perez here. Right on his gearbox. Just trying to get away past. Moving from side to side. We go side by side through Maggis Beckett's. We're going to get DRS and a better drive on the Hangar Straight. Okay, we're up to P2. And we're straight after Sainz, who doesn't have DRS.
Is that a new race position?
And now we've
for
broken
HAAS?
the DRS to Perez. Although he might get that back under braking. Oh, it's close. It's really close. If we can break away and break that 1 second, it means Mick has got a chance of getting past Perez. How long till the rain? Six minutes, and it's very heavy rain. I think we're going to need wet weather tyres. So let's change the strategies. Change those to wet weather tyres. Oh, I've got to save the changes.
Mega job, mates.
Oh, we had an overtake that I missed. Hopefully we'll get a replay. Alright,
HAAS
we're in the
with an
lead.
Overtake there.
Let's
take
see
a
the
look at
overtake we
replay.
missed.
Now just focus on the HAAS.
Down the Wellington Straight. Into Brooklands. Very
Goodness me.
nice.
There
Very
they
nice.
go, moving ahead of the other driver. I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team.
Yeah, it did. Now, can I hold the position? Still a couple of laps away, I think. Oh no, it's starting to rain now. It's starting to rain. How
There's
fast
rain.
is it raining?
Yeah, copy.
More rain coming.
Copy.
Do I box this lap or do I go one more lap? I'm going to try and box Mick now. I don't know if it'll let me. Pit options, wet tyres, hit this lap. Oscar, I'm going to leave out for one more lap because the race leaders are staying out for one more lap. So I'm taking a gamble here with Mick. This could work out beautifully, and Oscar will have the pace to hunt Mick down. Here we go. Mick dives in.
Ferrari.
Yeah, the track is going to be
race
wet
position.
just in time for Mick. Oscar needs to pit this next lap. And I'm going full wets. Because I think we're going to get... this is the gamble. Ignore that, I've already set the pit stop.
Box.
These wet weather tyres are going to be rubbish until it gets above 4 mil. And I'm gambling that it is going to go above 4 mil. So this is the gamble we've taken with Mick. He's going to be faster than the slick runners right now. But if it doesn't get wet enough, inters are going to be the way to go. And then he'll be screwed. Look how slow everyone is right now. I should have pitted them both. And it's going to go past 4. Yeah, it's definitely wet enough. It's definitely wet enough.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
If you've got some
Careful.
margin, try to increase the pace a little bit.
Copy.
Don't throw it off the track. Wet weather tyres is the way to go. Some of the field's putting on inters. We got 4 minutes of heavy rain like this. We're pitting. The AI is going to pit the leaders. Sainz is in. Oh, Leclerc just chops across us there.
Okay, understood. Limiter on.
Are they going to
please.
put on inters or are they going to put on full wets? I think full wets is the way to go. Verstappen's put on inters. He pitted last lap, that's why. We're in. Put on full wets. I think that was full wets on Perez. It was. So the AI leaders have gone for full wets as well. Okay. Ooh, bit of drama. Mick is now in the lead, and I'm guessing by quite a way. Yeah, by 11 seconds. Holy shit. Okay. Let's start pushing those tyres now, Mick. Just don't do anything stupid. Oh, look at that. We've already got Perez, who's struggling. And we're all over the back of Leclerc. We've got Leclerc as well. Oh, no, we haven't got him. I'm so busy watching the strategy, though, I wasn't paying attention to this. Let's see this again. Oh, we almost got both of them on the same straight.
They take it.
Why is Perez struggling? He's on the full... Perez is on inters. Why did he put on inters? I thought he put on... I must have been reading Piastri and not Perez. Yeah, he's screwed. Mick is pulling away from Sainz right now. We could be on for back-to-back wins, and it could be Mick getting the win. Oscar should get on the podium, but where on the podium is the question. I'm charging his battery right now. I'm going to try and get him to at least overtake. Let's go into neutral.
Charge off.
See if he can get through without burning any battery. Yeah, Nick is still pulling away. Rick, the new Reagan-meister. His dad will be proud. Are we losing time to Leclerc here? I think we are. This is the part of the track where we're going to make that time up, because we've got great cornering speed. And this is where we're going to lose that time. Okay, looks like, is that a Williams in front of us? It is. Get out of the way. Whichever one you are. I don't know if that's Gotifi or Albon, but I don't care. Just get out of my way. Hopefully he keeps his composure. Well, yeah, he was on for a really good result in Canada, and then he went straight into the wall. Well, no, he actually took someone out. Didn't he take someone out? Didn't he take out Hamilton or something as well? I'm trying to remember now. I think he speared someone off. Perez is now pitting onto full wets, just as the track is starting to dry up a little bit. He could have toughed it out, but there is another big spike of rain coming. So it is the right decision. I just think it's a poorly timed decision. I think he could have stayed on the inters and tried to claw some time back before he had to make that switch. The gap is holding about steady, so let's see if we can get onto the back of him with a bit of a push.
Mode push.
Copy.
Keep pushing.
Copy.
I'm going to get Mick to push his tyres a bit
Mode
more
push,
as well. This is a risk.
Okay, copy.
But as soon as that track dries up, if it dries up quickly, the Ferraris will be all over him within a handful of laps. There might not be enough time for them to do that, but we can keep that gap and not let it come down at the very least. Because I do think they will start to edge up on him a little bit. We're now backing into territory. So Perez has made the pit stop at exactly the wrong point. Less than 4 mil is inters. And we're at 3.8 right now. And dropping. We do have more rain or more track water on the way, but right now, yeah, this would have been perfect for Perez to try and claw some time back. Terrible strategy from Red Bull here. Hopefully get Oscar to second or third and defend Mick. Well, that's the plan, yeah. I don't think, even on a drying track, I don't think Oscar will have the pace to catch Mick, but if I can get in front of at least Leclerc, and hopefully Sainz as well, Science is only another 4 seconds up the road. Then you never know. Tyres are overheating, so we're going to ease that down a bit because there's less water on the track. Oscar's close, so I don't want to do it with him just yet. I'm going to go neutral on that. I wish I had more battery, I really do. But if we can at least get into slipstream range, we can stay within a second. There's no DRS actually, so I may as well just try harvesting.
Charge on.
Copy.
Right. Tense couple of laps here as the track dries to the point where our wets are not the optimal tyre. They are going to overheat, especially we've been pushing Piastri's tyres like this, but they've got plenty of life. Absolutely tons of life. I mean, look at that. And heavier rain is on the way again. I just need to try and not drop too much time to Leclerc while I'm charging the battery back up. The straights are where we're going to lose out because we're not going to have the same top line speed as the Ferraris, even though we're using the same engine. And the corner, and we don't have the ERS at the start of a straight to give us that little push as well, whereas they do. But we are better in the corners. I just don't think we're going to be able to claw back enough time in the corners to compensate for the time we're going to lose on the straights. We're going to lose a few tenths a lap, I think, while we're doing this. And we are going to risk overheating Piastri's tyres a lot. Mick is still holding that gap at 12.5 seconds. Good work, Mick. Leclerc is catching Sainz. We are holding pace-ish. And now the track is getting wetter again. So yeah, we need to keep pushing like this and keep charging. Let the Ferraris start fighting amongst themselves. That'll slow them down, allow Mick to build a bit more of a gap. And it will allow us to catch up as well. Things are looking good. Can we get a 1-2? That would be amazing. We would comfortably have a 1-2 if I'd pitted Piastri at the same time as Schumacher, but I thought I'll play it safe. I know I'm going to be pitting at the same time as the AI, so I'm not really going to lose out to them. And if it's not wet enough for full wets, I've got the chance to at least sacrifice Mick and switch Oscar straight onto Inters. But yeah, full wets was the right tyre. My first initial instinct on that change was correct. I just didn't want to take the risk of pitting both cars and it being wrong. I hedged my bets and I should have just gone for it. Okay, Leclerc was closing by the look of it because of traffic. Now he's encountering that traffic. He doesn't seem to be closing on Sainz anymore. That gap might go up. But this might give us an opportunity as well to at least gain a bit more ground on him. On Leclerc, that is. It's close. Come on, Oscar. Battery's nearly ready. Oh, there's still plenty of time for Oscar. Yeah, we've got the rest of the wet weather and then a spell on slicks. And if I can get onto slicks quickly at the right time, hopefully I can get onto them just before the AI does. I've got the chance to really push and have a monster outlap on a drying track and gain significant track position. These wet weathers are going to hold up really well on a drying track, so I don't have to worry about switching to Inters. We can just ride these all the way to slicks. But once the track gets dry enough, they will be absolutely useless. Right, let's go neutral.
Charge off.
Let's see if running like this can at least start clawing that gap back a little bit. Mick is being caught. Let's up his pace.
More push, more push.
It's not much, but it's a little bit, and I don't want to see that gap get below 10 seconds. And we have lost the best part of a second already, so even though it's wet weather, those Ferraris are still a better car than us. They're driving at normal pace here. We're having to push like hell just to keep pace with them. Alright, the battery is fully charged. Let's make another run.
Mode push.
Copy.
Let's get on the back of Leclerc. Try and get past him as quick as we can. Two seconds to go. Track getting wetter again, up to 4.7 mil now. And climbing. It's going to get very wet. We are closing that gap down. Sights coming up on the back of one of the Alpha Tauris. Not sure which one it is. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's a Red Bull he's got behind him. Is he lap Verstappen? Oh, there is an Alpha Tauri there as well, but yeah, he's lap Verstappen. Oh, that's a bad day gone, you know, made even worse for Max there. Oscar's closing still. I feel bad that, you know, Mick's having a glorious race right now and we're just completely ignoring him because we're focusing on Oscar like we do pretty much every race. But that's because we need to keep on top of Oscar right now. Mick is just doing his own thing and doing it really well. So we can ignore him because he's doing the job that he needs to do superbly. Oscar's the one that needs the help right now. So we've got an Alpha Tauri and Max Verstappen in front of us. Max is going to cling to the back of that Ferrari. So we're not going to encounter him unless we actually catch up to the back of Sainz. I've run out of battery just as I get to the back of these guys. To be expected, but we're in Leclerc's wheel tracks now. Hot tyres for Mick. Yep, I'm aware, but they've got plenty of life. Hot tyres don't seem to impact performance; they just speed up the degradation of the tyres. So we've got plenty of rubber to spare. We can afford them to overheat. Like I said, it doesn't seem to affect their pace. It just speeds up how quickly the tyres wear out. And we are running low on laps. We're into the period where it's going to start drying out. Ideally, I would like to have some battery on Oscar's car by then. going to have to pick my moments on when to recharge. Oscar thinking about a look, but he's not going to get it done.
Charge
Not unless he's really brave on the brakes. Ooh, I thought he was going to have a lunge then. I thought he was going for it. Alright, I really hope I don't start dropping time again by doing this. I don't have the DRS to rely on right now to help keep me close on the straights. We are catching Sainz. Leclerc is just under 3 seconds behind, so Verstappen could come into play yet.
Charge off.
Copy.
That's the spray just up ahead. That is Verstappen on Sainz's gearbox. Someone's run wide. Who was it? Was it anyone important? I don't think it was.
They've gone wide!
That's Hamilton, who's all the
Let's
way
have a look. Now watch
the way down the
this.
order right
Lewis
now.
Hamilton involved in this one. They're forced wide.
Hamilton's
and
about to
they
get
won't
lapped.
be happy.
Well, not about to get. He's a little way off getting lapped, but you know, it's not too far from getting lapped. We're a coming. I've got a little bit of battery to play with. Not as much as I want. I need to stay with the... There's so little place where I can charge without needing that accelerative boost of an ERS. Alright, track is starting to dry. We're on the downward slope. It might just stay like this all the way to the end, you know. There might not even be a need for slick tyres. It's another reason why I've been pushing Mick, just in case. Can I at least get past Leclerc?
Charge on.
Copy.
I need to start charging that battery. Just in case. But I need it to get close. It's going to be one of those things where I charge, I drop back, I use it, I catch up, and then have no battery left again. Hell, I'll take a first and a fourth. You know, that's a fantastic result. I was really hoping, though, that it would be... you know, I'd be able to get past one of these Ferraris. We're in the pit window if we wanted to switch onto softs. Track isn't drying quickly enough yet. I could gamble and pit for inters, but as I said, these soft, at least pre-patch, I haven't had a wet race like this since the patch, but pre-patch, the wet weather tyres were almost as fast, if not just as fast as the inters on a drying track. Which, you know, is frustrating as hell. So if I pit, I'll still be ahead of Perez, but there's no guarantee I'll be able to catch back up. And if I pit with Mick, just to play it safe, I'm probably throwing away a win. So Mick's staying out, unless it gets to the point where it dries up enough for dry tyres. Even then, depending on how many laps are left, I might keep him out. Oscar's the only one who's going to be making a stop if a stop needs to be made. just a question of how quick that track is going to dry. If I can get 4 laps worth of running on soft tyres, including the out lap, so 3 push laps. If they stay out on the wets and just try and limp to the end, I'll get them. Oh, we got a spin. Who's spun? No one I'm chasing. Okay, it's not Mick.
They've lost control
It's
and
Gasly.
spun.
Alright, let's go neutral. Let's try and claw some of that space back a bit. We're now into territory. 8 laps to go, including this one. Track's going to dry up, but how quickly is it going to dry up? That is the question. I need to protect mixed tyres now. I've still got battery on Mick, so I can push with him if I need to. Hi David, long time no see. A bit more action than that of Trains Driver Simulator. Yeah, a lot more. It's a lot more involved. I'm loving this game. Absolutely loving it. I like this sort of game, and I love Formula 1. It's the perfect mesh for me. Oh, they're close. Leclerc is close to the back of Sainz as well. Tyres are getting hot on Oscar's car. The less grip they have, the less performance they're going to have, but they should still be fine until they drop down to about 40%. So that's not going to be an issue, I don't think. The reason I've dialed Mick down a little bit is partly the tyres, partly I don't want him to make a mistake on a track that's getting where those tyres are going to be worse and worse. It's like, you know, the side of a barrier. I think the track's going to dry. It means we have to make the move on track. We are gradually, ever so gradually, hunting down Leclerc, but it's like a tenth or two a lap. Okay, this is when I baked into the strategy the option to switch to slicks, thinking the track would be about ready to dry by now. It's not, as you can see. It's still 3 mil of water on the track. Gap is now 10 seconds to Mick Schumacher, but he has been working his way through traffic, and he has now got a clear track in front of him. There's a lot of cars now between Mick and Sainz. So I think Mick is safe. I'm pretty sure Mick is safe. It's now a question of whether we can at least get Leclerc and get 2 drivers on the podium. If we do, we get a double podium. We get extra points. We get, yes, 2 podiums. If we don't, we actually get a podium celebration, because there's no head model for Piastri. So there won't be a podium scene if he gets on the podium. But if we don't get Oscar on the podium, we will see Mick take the top step. So now I'm kind of like, do I want to get a podium finish with Oscar? Do I want to keep him off the podium so we can see Mick celebrate his first win? We're inside a second. It's still not drying fast enough to go to slicks. By the time it does, there won't be enough time to actually use the slicks. Ah, 5 laps to go. I needed the track to be almost dry by this point. Or almost, you know, just over 1 mil of water on the track, and we're still way off where we need to be. Right, got a Williams in the way. Get out the way, Williams. Oh, get out the way! You're costing me a podium. Get out of the way! There we go, thank you. Ugh. Leclerc is getting to the point where Verstappen is going to have to pull over. Now that's either going to be really good for us or really bad for us, depending on where exactly that gets triggered. Because he is right on the gearbox of Sainz, so Leclerc's going to have to be right on the back of him to trigger the blue flag and trigger that activation of him moving out the way. Which means we need to be right on the back of Leclerc. I've got some battery. I don't want to use it just yet. We are so close to being able to make this overtake, but I need to have something in reserve. And here comes all that traffic.
So we have 4 laps to go.
Oh man, look at all that traffic. That is so much to get through. This is gonna turn these last few laps on their head. Sainz is going to get held up, which is going to bring Leclerc into the back of them and get Verstappen into play. Then it's going to all that other traffic's going to move out the way, and then they're going to come into play. I can see one car pulling over and moving out the way already. It's the AlphaTauri, it's Gasly. He's going to get in my way. God damn it. AlphaTauris. Track still isn't dry enough. Come on. Get closer, get closer, get closer. I've got to go for it.
Mode push.
With all that traffic coming up, I've got to get on the back of Leclerc and hope that I can capitalise on him getting held up by a back marker. I don't think I'm going to get Sainz.
3 laps to go.
Verstappen fighting with Ricciardo. Well, no, Verstappen lapping Ricciardo. Or Norris, one of the two. It's Norris. No, it's Ricciardo. He's lapping Ricciardo. No, looking at the timing board. They're three. Yeah, they're fighting. Okay, so Verstappen was a long way behind Ricciardo, and he's just hung onto the back of Sainz to pull him up to the back of Ricciardo, and has now overtaken him as Ricciardo dived out the way of getting lapped by Sainz. That's clever. And now he's going to do the same to Russell. Oh, no, he has to pull over. Oh, he held up Leclerc, but he held up us as well. Oh, that was our moment. I think that was our moment. Sainz is gone. He's just off. I've got no battery left, really. I've got a little bit of battery left. 2 laps to go once we cross the line. Sainz is about to lap Russell.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
I just wish I had more battery. Should have been paying more attention to it earlier in the race. When the rain first started, I used a load of battery and I should have recharged it there and then while I had the opportunity, but I didn't. That is Russell in front.
Mode push.
Oh, and again we get held up. And that's it. We've lost our opportunity. We're not going to catch Leclerc now. I've only got 11%. So it's looking, unless something ridiculous happens to one of those two Ferraris, it's going to be fourth place for Oscar. Hell, fourth place is still good. I would have taken fourth place as my best finish at the start of this race. And here we are about to win it.
Last lap, last lap.
Now, this is the level of rainfall I wanted. This would have been the perfect time 5 laps ago to go onto slicks. Track didn't dry up quick enough. We have absolutely shredded these tyres. You can see how much the heat degradation has caused them to drop off in the last few laps, especially for Oscar, because we've been hammering them, trying to get on the back of Leclerc. But it's time to look after the car and not take any risks. We're not going to get Leclerc. We have to accept that. So I'm going to conserve the engine on this last lap. Let's turn the ERS off. Let's ride on board with Mick. Let's conserve his engine. We've got plenty of space all the way back to Sainz. You can barely see Sainz at the end of the straight there. And with Oscar upstaging Mick at the last race and getting his first win, Mick is about to return the favour and do what we didn't think was possible and beat Oscar in a straight fight and take his first win of the season.
That's Schumacher, first over the line. Here's the replay. And Mick Schumacher is victorious here today.
I don't think there was a single second of that race where they didn't believe they'd win it.
Oh, there were many seconds where I didn't believe he was going to win it.
Checkered flag.
When the AI started making their first pit stops, SITV, when they made their first stops, I knew I had a chance for the win because I wasn't expecting them to stop. And when they stopped, I'm like, okay, now I've got the chance of a win. But I thought if I was going to have a chance for the win, it would be with Oscar. I didn't think it would be with Mick. That's fantastic stuff. Piastri home in fourth, which means great double points finish for the team. Don't get the double podium, but it does now mean we get to see Mick's podium celebration. Because it doesn't like Oscar being on the podium because he doesn't have a face underneath his helmet. So, yeah, we get to see Mick on the top step with the champagne. Just waiting on Vettel, Hamilton and Ocon to cross the line. There's Hamilton and Ocon. Vettel's just around the corner. What another great result. 2 wins back to back. We were a bit fortunate with both of them, but I am not looking that in that gift horse in the mouth at all. I'm taking them quite happily.
He's living the dream. Exceptional work from Mick Schumacher. This is a tremendous podium result. It's joy all around for the team. And it to see the Schumacher name. It was a hard-fought contest for all three drivers, each one securing precious points for their team. This is a good result for HAAS, more than enough to satisfy the whole team.
You can see that the team runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything was precise and on point this weekend.
And after this result, the team is fourth in the constructor standings.
Next time, the teams will be forging ahead at full throttle through the Styrian forest. The Austrian Grand Prix is right around the corner.
There we go. Mick Schumacher for the win. Fantastic. And let's not forget, he's going to have a brand new, faster rear wing for his car at Austria as well. Can he carry that form through? Oh, it's going to be exciting to see. We didn't get fastest lap, and that was Max. But Max didn't get a point for it because he was outside the top 10. So nobody gets the fastest lap point. Enter the Drivers' Championship. Sainz closes the gap on Leclerc by 3 points. Just 15 points separating those two. Max in third drops from the lead by way of not scoring anything at all. Perez gains 10 more points. Hamilton gains 4. Oscar moves up to 6th above Bottas with that fourth place finish. With 3 points clear of him now. Mick jumps all the way up to 9th with that whopping 25 points there, gaining 2 places. And in the constructors, we jump nobody, but we do make a huge jump in points. Mercedes only getting 4 points this weekend. We closed the gap by 33 on them. We're now just 13 points behind Mercedes. That is awesome. Could we possibly dream of finishing third in the constructors this season? We're not going to catch Ferrari. We're not going to catch Red Bull. But could we catch and beat Mercedes? I think if we can get some more results like that, very much so. Whew. Alfa Romeo staying where they are, gaining 8 more points. Alpine jump above Alpha Tauri, who don't score at all. Their season is starting to fall apart a little bit. Mick gets a point. Oscar gets a point. Logan gets nothing. You'll get nothing unlike it. Sponsor bonuses or driver bonuses. We have a 70 grand payout. 20 grand for Oscar, finishing in the top 6. Oh, the 10th. They're both in the top 10. Mick's is a bit higher at 50 grand. In terms of our sponsors, we hit our performance incentives. We did our qualifying streak for 1 million. Got our finish position, which was both drivers in the top 10, I think. We reached Q2 with both cars. We reached Q3 with one car. I gambled on that, and in the end we got both of them into Q3. Qualifying position, we got that one done as well. So we made 5 million from sponsors at the end of that race, minus the bonuses. That is fantastic to get that amount of cash injected into our kitty. We now have 17 million to play about with. Let's do the admin before we round up. What a difference a race makes. Well, For Mick, yeah. I mean, crashing out from 4th place. Was he 4th? No, he was 5th, chasing down 4th when he crashed at Canada. But he was in contention for 4th. And then, yeah, he's gone from DNFing to winning. That's a huge difference. But, you know, the upgrades we brought to Canada have made a huge improvement to the car. So, admin time. We have a developmental point for Mick. Let's see, where does he really need the points? His defending is the lowest stat he has, but I think improving his cornering is going to be the way to go. So I'm going to put the point in cornering. That's going to improve his general pace. And that is also going to be really helpful at Austria to improve his cornering pace. A lot of fast corners there. Let's have a look at Oscar. Also has a point, and as always, we are going to put that straight onto smoothness, so he doesn't eat his tyres quite so much. Logan's got nothing. Let's check our staff, see if they've picked up any points. Simone Resta has not. We are going to have to think about renewing his contract at some point. Aaron Melvin, we are probably going to be replacing him. He has no points to spend at the moment. Jorn Becker is going to get replaced, but he does have a point. I'm going to put that on feedback to speed up how quickly we get feedback from Mick in testing. Sorry, in practice sessions. Ed also has a point. And again, I'm going to put that on feedback to speed up how quickly we can get feedback from Oscar. Our engineering team doesn't change, scouting team. Let's take a look at our pit crew. They should be trading on tyre changes. They are. That's up to 41 now. That's still low. But the higher we get that, obviously the quicker we'll be at changing tyres, which will have a moderate impact on our pit stops. And more importantly, it will also allow us to make some adjustments to our car faster in the practice sessions when we're altering the setup. So we'll keep that focus there. In terms of key staff, these are the guys that I want to hire. Neither of them are interested at the moment, but Giampiero is out of contract at the end of this season, so we might be able to sneak him in if we can get the team's appeal up. Profitable race by the looks. Yeah, very profitable. 5 million. That's a lot. We're quite fortunate in the sense that we don't have a star driver. Someone like Hamilton. Hamilton, if he wins a race, his payout for his bonuses, it's only triggered if he wins the race, but it's over 2 million. So that's expensive every time he wins. Let's see. Facilities. Let's see what we can do with this big bundle of money that's burning a hole in my pocket. Design center is something I would like to upgrade, and we can afford it now. Be able to get 3 projects on the go means I can do 1 upgrade for the car and 2 research projects in every testing period. We do need to start working on our research. By the same token, we also do need to get our wind tunnel improved. That's a choice. That's a tough choice. Do we improve the amount of research we can basically get done this year, or do we improve the effectiveness of that research? What do you guys think? Half the research but more effective, or double the research and then maybe boost its effectiveness later in the season? Let me know what you think. I'm going to have a quick look at the rest of the facilities while you're deciding. Team hub. Wouldn't mind upgrading the team hub. How much is that going to cost? 3.5 mil. That's quite cheap. What about the race simulator? That's a bit more pricey at 8 mil. So I can still do that and another upgrade. You're thinking half, so you're thinking do the wind tunnel. Okay. Anyone else want to weigh in? That's quite pricey, 2.8 mil. Weather sensor. It would be nice to maybe improve the weather sensor a little bit. That's going to cost 1.5 mil. Memorabilia room. 1.1. Tour center. That's cheap. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Keep bringing in that extra bit of income each month. Each week, even. How much is the helipad? That's cheap as well. Austrian Grand Prix in 4 days. Let me just double check that I have actually got enough rear wings coming. Was it rear wings? Current projects. 3 days for the first one. Oh, we've done one already, so it's the next one's in 3 days, just in time for the Austrian Grand Prix, so there'll be a spare. So I should have 3 in my inventory. That's rear wing. Yes, I do have 3. Okay, so we'll go ahead and install that on car 1 now. Ready for Austria, and then the spare will come in the day before the race. Weekend starts. What was my current research or design project? New side pods. 26 days to go for that. Oh, no. Cancel. Hold. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. So 26 days. There we go. So the side pods are going to be done during the weekend of the Hungary race, so we're not going to be able to use them there. Got the board assessment at Hungary as well. So we will have them for Belgium. Is that the end of the ATR? Oh, it's a regulations vote. Oh, okay, so we've got more stuff potentially changing. Okay. There's nothing I can squeeze in between Austria and France in terms of upgrades, but if the car performs well in Austria, which it should well do, then it should also perform very well in France as well. Strategy will determine how well we can perform, but we should do very well at those circuits. We might even have a chance at Hungary as well of some okay results. Maybe a lower top 10 finish. I don't think we've got the low downforce speeds that we're going to need, or so much the medium downforce speeds we're going to need to keep up with the front runners in any way, shape or form on that one. We would need safety cars to help us to get a good result there. But then after that, we're off to Belgium with new side pods. That would definitely be something that we can do. So the current testing period ends during the Dutch Grand Prix. So it's going to be a while now until we can get another upgrade. Would a whole bunch of quick research have a cumulative effect that outweighs the effectiveness boost? I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't really done much in the way of research on any of my save files, so I'm not 100% certain. But I think we will go ahead and do the wind tunnel. We'll see How long will it take to refurb? 63 days. Oof, that's a long time. How long does the design centre take, just out of interest? 84 days. Yeah, we want the wind tunnel. Because then we've got that up and running in time for the new testing period. Or not long after the testing period goes live. It is a very expensive upkeep increase, though, from 84,000 to 334. But it is doubling the effect of all the results that we gain from it. Let's see. What else can we get done? Let's check our inbox. We haven't done that yet. Updated our circuits database on the British Grand Prix. Brake cooling of car 1 could be better compared to the grid. We should design a new part, blah blah blah. Defending of Mick Schumacher could be improved. It could, but one will work on its pace. The board watched the race at Silverstone this weekend. We could not be happier that you led the team to victory. Be assured, wins like this increase the board's confidence in you immensely and will guarantee you job security and funding in the seasons to come. Keep up the great work. Good day, Patrick. Post-race overview. Mick Schumacher claimed the checkered flag at the British Grand Prix last weekend, finishing ahead of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, who shared the podium. The success of Mick this weekend has moved him up to P9 in the Drivers' Championship, ahead of Fernando Alonso. Everyone is talking about HAAS as they exceed everyone's expectations, currently placing P4 in the Constructors' Championship with 112 points. I cannot believe we're in triple digits after 10 races. That's incredible. Especially considering how the start of our season went, where we just missed out on points finishes, in the first 3 races. We missed out on good points finishes with Magnussen throwing himself off the track at every opportunity. Where is Magnussen right now? I haven't thought about him for a while. Let's just have a quick look. Kevin Magnussen. Has he been signed by anybody, or is he still a free agent? He's still a free agent. Nobody has signed him. Will anybody sign him? Probably not until the end of the season if he's going to get signed. And then I'm pretty much certain he is going to get signed somewhere. It's a question of where he's going to go. Right, advance some time. New rear wing is done. So we have the spare for Mick's car as well now. What else did we have to do? Oh yeah, there was one more upgrade we could do, wasn't there? We're up to 7 million still. And I was looking at the team hub. I think it was. It wasn't the race simulator, was it? No, it wasn't, because we couldn't afford that. Yeah, we're going to do the team hub to boost the experience gain of our staff, to boost their morale and our drivers' morale, and boost our team attractiveness as well. Again, we're trying to just keep that team attractiveness, as good as we can. I think this is only going to boost... This upgrade itself is only going to boost experience on the staff. And it's not going to boost the morale or attractiveness. I think they might already have peaked. But getting more experience on our staff means our engineers are going to be better. Our race engineers are going to get points quicker to improve their skill set. Our head of aero and our technical chief will also improve as well. And it will also improve how quickly our pit crew can level up as well, I believe. We don't need to do anything with scouts. That's not something we need to spend the money on right now. Hospitality, I'd like to upgrade that again to boost our attractiveness. That'll be a big boost. That should boost our morale, which will make it easier to re-sign the people that we want to re-sign, and attract people that we want to attract to replace the ones we don't want to re-sign. So we'll go ahead and do that upgrade as well. And then we are pretty much out of cash. So nothing else to be bought. Next big upgrade I think will probably be the weather center. We need 1.5 mil, but getting more accurate forecasting would be helpful, I think. Okay, manufacturing of the new rear wing is done. Everyone is sure to be keeping a close eye on Mick Schumacher, who took first place at the last Grand Prix. Even more eyes will be on Carlos Sainz, who will be sure to fight with everything to claim the first spot this time around. One thing's for certain, you won't want to miss it. And here we are. We are set and prepped for the Austrian Grand Prix, which will be our next race on our next stream of the HAAS series, but not our next F1 Manager stream, because tomorrow we will be starting the brand new series where we fight from the front. Now, the poll is still on the YouTube channel, on my community tab. It will close at 10 PM tomorrow night, or technically tonight, given that it's now 1:45 in the morning. So you have got a little over 22 hours, is that right? Yeah. A little over 22 hours until that poll closes. The choices are between Ferrari and Mercedes, as we'll be taking the fight to Red Bull. Whichever one gets the most votes by the time I close the poll at 10 PM will be the one that we will be racing with on that series. We'll probably be motoring through those races a bit quicker, so we won't be watching them in real time like we do on this. Obviously we'll still do what we do with practice and quali. We'll still manually do that, but the way we have been in this series. But the races will probably be run at times 2 speed and times 4 speed for the majority of them, and then just kind of nipping in and slowing things down where we need to, just because there's a good chance that we're just going to run off into the distance, you know, on some races, and so to just sit there watching nothing happening at all, no drama, no action, for an hour and a half would be a bit boring. So we might do 2 races per stream with that series. We'll see how it goes. But that series will start tomorrow at 10:30 PM, half an hour after I close the poll. So if you haven't already voted, get yourself on the community tab, choose which of the 2 teams you want us to do. We can either take Ferrari, which are arguably the best team in the game at the start of the game, and then show Matteo Binotto how strategy is supposed to be done. Or we can go with Mercedes, and we can get them, you know, up to the point where we can make it a 3-team fight in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari all on a par with each other, because Mercedes start about half a second or so behind in terms of pace. So the choice is yours. Get your votes on the channel if you haven't done already. And as I say, we'll close that poll at 10 PM, and then we will go live with the results of that poll, starting the new series, you know, about half an hour later. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. If you've enjoyed the race today, please drop a like on the stream. If you've got friends who are interested in the game, let them know that they can come check out these streams. And I will see you tomorrow with a brand new team and a brand new career. Thanks for watching.